Before my presentation, I would like to be sorry. I'd like to say be sorry because I was so busy. I could not prepare very precisely. So I would like to recommend some recommendation without any any number or any concrete data. Yeah, just to orient. I would like to speak just the orientation. My subject is the recommendation of HT industry strategy of Korea. Let me introduce in English. As you may know, Korea is a nation whose manufacturing industry base is very strong. Nevertheless, energy resources, including fossil fuel or renewable energies, are very insufficient in Korea. For example, territory is small, and 70% of territory is consisted of mountains. So if we establish solar electric facility, it is not possible without destruction of main mountain region. So it's not easy to produce electricity with renewable energy in Korea. And quality of wind is so bad to generate electricity power. So, all the more, enhancement of power generation with nuclear energy is difficult due to people's anxiety of safety and their, from time to time, protest to introduction of a nuclear energy facility. So, in my opinion, Korea is a unique situation, situated in unique situation. So I think it is inevitable for us to import hydrogen despite its possible domestic production. So I think the strategy of Korea could be different to that of France. He want to produce auto in France territory only. Okay. By the way, I think we have to classify H2 industry into some category. As you know, the H2 hydrogen-related industries function could be classified into three: H2 production and H2 strategy and distribution, and finally H2 utilization or consumption. In this function, there are many companies existed, and diverse machine and facility. If diverse machine or facility available, then each function could be workable, aren't you? And at every function stage, many different forms existed nowadays. By the way, A industry is a group of firms, as you know, according to dictionary. A industry is a group of firms producing same product. So hydrogen-related firms could be classified into some different category. First one is hydrogen manufacturing and hydrogen distribution industry. I think Canada is a very good position to produce hydrogen and distribute hydrogen. Second category could be hydrogen consumption industry, such as steel, mobility, electricity generation, aeronautics, marine transport, vessel or beverage, fertilizer, etc. And finally, hydrogen-related machine industry could be classified in order to manufacture hydrogen or utilization hydrogen. You need many machine or facility. This could be classified as another sector. By the way, I think Korea's potential competitive advantage is located in hydrogen utilization or consumption sector or hydrogen-related machinery industry. As we see in the graph, according to geographic distribution of hydrogen-related pattern family, Korea is very comparative advantage in fuel cell, whereas hydrogen distribution or hydrogen production or hydrogen storage, they have not advantage, at least at the level of a patent. And so Republic of Korea, they produce many technological patents in the area of fossil fuel in European Patent Office or United States Patent or Trade Office or China or Korean Patent Office. So I think Korea is very have comparative advantage in hydrogen utilization or consumption sector. As you, not only the patent level, but and yearly in many utilization sector, Korea is advanced already. As you know, in mobility, in 2013, hydrogen electric vehicle developed in the first in the world. Its number now is number one. Korea is number one production country. So utilization sector like such as mobility, Korea is very advanced. And concerning hydrogen charging infrastructure, the number of stations are increasing very fastly. And Korea has world-class power generation of hydrogen fuel cell also. As you see, in 2021, Korea produced 711 megawatt, while USA produced 636 megawatt, while Japan produced only 440 megawatt. So Korea is very advanced in this area. And I think Korean hydrogen relative machinery industries is strong also because Korea is strong initially manufacturing sector. Despite relatively weakness right now compared to the advanced country, including France and Europe and maybe Japan. And nevertheless, I think because of strong competitiveness in manufacturing sector, they could catch up the technology and technology very soon, I think. So I think manufacturing sector is very strong point in Korea in hydrogen related machinery and facility. So I think Korean's strategy orientation should be formed considering their comparative advantage. For example, I think Korea, if Korea specializes in the hydrogen exploitation or consumption industry, and in the hydrogen-related machinery or equipment manufacturing industry, that could be very beneficial to Korea, I think. In other words, if they specialize in production hydrogen, it could be failed in the strategy, I think. And secondly, activating hydrogen economy by building overseas hydrogen production base and expanding trade is very important to Korean situation, considering Korean comparative advantage. Thirdly, nevertheless, Korea has to be enhanced domestic hydrogen production base by using nuclear power plants and some renewable energy. And because what? Because by doing so, they can accumulate machinery or facility-related technology just to. So I think they have to nevertheless produce or accumulate technology in this sector also. And now many companies are entering the green energy hydrogen production nowadays in Korea with various water electrolyzer technology, and liquid hydrogen is expected to be produced and distributed in Korea next year. Because of why? Because they want to accumulate technology and export technology, not hydrogen, but technology. Okay, you understand, I think. And so this part consists of some proposed by the government. I just recommend. I just quoted this one. Okay, quote. The Korean government strategy for hydrogen industry could be classified into three categories. First one is establishment of a stable, clean hydrogen supply chain, securing water electrolyzer technology and experience through large-scale green hydrogen production demonstration project, mainly to accumulate technology and to develop some facility or machinery. As far as I know, not with a view to produce hydrogen in scale in Korea. And second, and for this purpose, the Korean government has the plan to diversify clean energy production method. As Mr. Prime Minister said in the opening ceremony, Korean government has the plan to produce hydrogen with nuclear energy, like France's strategy. But I think it isn't supply of nuclear green energy, pink hydrogen with nuclear energy could not be satisfy the domestic demand. They have to import maybe from Canada or Australia, etc. And what is important is to establish overseas hydrogen production base and expansion of trade through a consumption of Korean company or with cooperative strategy with foreign companies. Second, according to government plan, they want to create a clean energy market by expanding domestic demand. They has the plan early introduction of bidding market specializing in clean hydrogen power generation in accordance with the revised hydrogen law, and develop a clean energy, hydrogen certification system and meeting international standard. So they will establish a storage system of imported hydrogen and ammonia by constructing storage facility and hydrogen mixing by using current to urban gas pipeline from 2025. Lastly, thirdly, the government has the plan to promote the hydrogen industry ecosystem in Korea, such as, first of all, early securement of key technologies such as water electrolysis, fuel cell, hydrogen vehicle or vessel, turbine, and hydrogen-based steel making. They will put heavy amount of R&D expenditure to this area, as far as I know. And expansion of tax reduction for R&D and facility investment, creating a market by expanding the procurement of public sector, including hydrogen public bus. Their main aim is to develop technology and develop facility, not producing hydrogen domestically. And lastly, expanding investment in innovative company by utilizing public-private joint hydrogen fund, which was launched in July this year. And many companies funding this fund, and with this fund, they would like to invest in R&D sector and R&D related facility and testing facility. Lastly, as the Prime Minister said, they will reform regulation reform and developing region cluster, like how would be specialized in hydrogen sector. I think my presentation is enough. No? Thank you.